All right, so what I have here is a small brushed ESC that will fit inside the housing of one of these actuators. On this, we'll go over the installation here. 2 wires on the left will be wired to the motor leads, and the 3 wires on the right will be your servo input. Now you can run 12 volt to this. You just have to run your negative and positive straight to your battery, and then your signal will go to your receiver. Or you can run it straight 6 volt, 7.4 volt, whatever your receiver will support, just like you would a regular servo connection, like I have here on this receiver. In this example, we're only going to run it on 7.4 volts because that's what this receiver can handle. But like I said, you can up to 12 or actually 15 volts, assuming your motor can handle that. So right now we've got this set up as a test bench here. So we're able to operate this just like we would a servo, just coming from a transmitter here. So that way you can clean up some of your unnecessary extra large ESCs that are inside your bodies of your vehicles. Now these will sit inside the actual actuators themselves. So we'll go ahead and tear one of these down, show you how to install one. We've got a 3D printed case here. This one's slightly different, but should work just fine, with a little area for this circuit board to live in here on the one side. In this design, sometimes these little pins that hold the shaft or body of this actuator will break off due to the layer lines. So what I did on this design was I have a small hole that goes all the way through the back side, and you run a M2 by 3 millimeter set screw through there, and that helps kind of reinforce that little nub that grabs onto the hole that's inside that actuator. So we'll go ahead and go through this process. I'll speed this up for you, and you can kind of see what that would look like. So we'll go over one of these motors real quick. So this top side is where that PCB is going to sit. And what you'll do is the PCB will have the, for this orientation, the side that has the 2 contacts will be inside like this. And you'll wrap this lead around and solder to the side there that has the 2 contacts on it. And then your 3 leads for your servo wire will just leave out the side of the case there. So we'll go ahead and get this thing all apart here. They're pretty simple. Just slide the old case right off like that. And then what I like to do is take this rubber grommet off, or the seal. We're gonna pull that all the way off or out past where we need. And you'll keep the orientation of these leads because you're gonna reuse this wire. You're just gonna bend this over the top and around the back side. And you'll keep those 2 leads soldered as is. You could replace them if you needed to, but it's nice that they're there, and the idea was to use those 2 wires. So we'll grab the housing here, and we'll grab the side that we can set this right into. So it'll just snap right in place like that. And then this PCB will slide right in here, like so. And then this is how you'll hold it, and you can roughly measure where to cut the leads, strip the wire back, tin the pads. You can solder it in place like this to make it even easier. What I will do is I'll use a PCB from earlier, and I will remove just the red and the black and leave the servo wire soldered to it, ready to go. I would recommend doing that before you solder it in place. That way you don't have to pull the board back out anymore. So I'll go ahead and remove that, and we'll continue. All right, so we're going to first measure, put the PCB in the slot there. We'll run this over here like this. Should need a ton of slack. And then I'm gonna trim the end to length. And we'll strip back these ends, and we'll tin them. just a little bit there. And we'll slide the board back in. And then we're actually gonna use this board here. All right, so we remove those motor leads. This is how you will install, is you'll have your servo lead hooked up. You'll slot it in here. You'll bend those leads around. It'll fit nice and snug like that. And then you can kind of set this on the side, however's easier for you. I'm gonna rotate it this way. Just get back in there. Okay. Rotate it like this, and then we will pull these leads around, bend them down, and give them a solder there. Sometimes it's easier to hold them with a pair of tweezers, or in this case I've got some small pliers here. Alright, so when you get that done, you can slide everything back in the case, like so, and then you'll be able to take the other side, install it over top. You could test as well before you button everything up. Take your time to line it all up, make sure everything's in its place. We'll get this plugged back into our power supply and our receiver, and we'll give it a test. All right, now we're back. We're just hooked up straight to the receiver. Got our radio again, and now we're fully built in, compact, and the limit switches work just like normal. So yeah, if you guys are interested, let me know.